Thank you very much.
Barrister Eze Eluche, let's first of all start off with this very good news where the World Trade Organization Director General Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has praised President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms, describing them as a step in the right direction. This was when she met the president in a closed-door meeting earlier today. And after the meeting, she said so far, he deserved credit for his efforts, but stressed the need to prioritize measures that will stimulate growth. This is in difference or in contravention to how a couple of Nigerians actually complain that they're not feeling the dividends of the president's economic reforms or whatever it is that the administration is telling us they're doing and has improved is not being felt. So is there something that is not right somewhere? If Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is saying that his reforms are actually good and that Nigerians should give the president credit.
Now, the reality is that we should understand Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala's plight, present plight, because the WTO she represents has been rendered useless at the international level. Now, we need to understand what the WTO does. The WTO is supposed to regulate global trade, but we have a situation whereby the United States President, Donald Trump, just dishes out tariffs as he desires. This was what WTO was created to stop. So she has virtually become redundant, and as she's simply playing politics. And I'm very fast. I write about this and I speak about it. The WTO has become a redundant, useless entity. It's a group that was set up to ensure that there is ease in global trade and there will be no tariffs, there will be no barriers to trade. And now under Trump, all countries have ditched WTO, and they are now focused on complying with the tariffs issued by Donald Trump. So what Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, unfortunately for her, she's not trying to curry favor from kleptocrats in Nigeria, who Nigerians know do not have our interest at heart, and they're just banding about GDP and all kind of economic figures without any relevance to the Nigerian people. It's a shame for Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala to begin to celebrate a character like Bola Tinubu. We leave the effects of his economic malpractices. We leave the effects of his lack of understanding the global economy. We leave the effects of his unceasing borrowing from the international community for useless white elephant projects. The kind of loans Mr. Tinubu has borrowed has surpassed all the loans borrowed by all other previous governments in Nigeria. So it's a shame, it's a pity that the woman that Nigerians had respected before, Ms. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, will, for her own personal reason, begin to celebrate Mr. Tinubu. I'm appalled. But like I said, WTO, which Ms. Okonjo-Iweala heads, is now a redundant, useless entity, and I'm saying it with emphasis. Useless. Because the main purpose of WTO was to regulate global trade. And you can agree with me that with what Trump is in America, the issue of WTO has become every country in the world is now trying to comply with the tariff issued by Mr. Donald Trump in the United States. Even Nigeria was levying 15%, 15 tariff on all goods coming from Nigeria to the US. Some countries 50. This was what WTO is supposed to regulate. Ms. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is not regulating it because she cannot regulate it. She dare not utter a whim against the policy of Mr. Donald Trump, otherwise she will be sanctioned. Groups like the International Criminal Court have been sanctioned for trying to go against Mr. Trump. So what she's saying now, for goodness sake, is immaterial and irrelevant. And if I were her best bet would have been to resign and enjoy the benefits of her previous high integrity. But the way she's going about it, celebrating Tinubu, a pity.
All right, Barrister Eze Eluche, let's be a little bit more circumspect. She was the former finance minister. You remember that she actually helped Nigeria out of its debt. She worked under the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and she actually did well as a minister at the time. Are you saying that she, going through the policy reforms of the president as it is, she's wrong for commending the president and asking Nigerians to give him credit? the fact that, yes, there are complaints, indeed true, but are you saying that she using her professional insight into looking at all of the reform policies that the president has put down, are you saying that she was being political with her response and she's not being realistic whatsoever?
My dear Esther, the essence of economic policies is to benefit the people of a country. Have you or I or Nigerians, the generality of Nigerians, benefited from the vicious economic policies of Mr. Bola Tinubu? Is it the flotation of the naira? Is it the removal of subsidy without any plans of where the subsidy funds will go to? I mean, let us be realistic. Yes, she might have done good in the past, but the past is the past. Like they say in local parlance, I be getter before, not with property. So if I were in her shoes, I would have resigned you from WTO and maintained the integrity of the past, and not to come out and tell Nigerians, then like insult Nigerians, because anybody, based on the current economy, that people are vanquished, people are pauperized, you say that Mr. Tinubu is doing good. Good where? For who? Do you know how much billions of dollars this man has borrowed? On the day of his coming into office, he issued a contract for the coastal road, Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, for 15 trillion without any due process. So when Mr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala celebrates this man, what is she really trying to do? What is her benefit? Was she sent? I mean, I don't know what was she sent, for goodness sake? She should keep to her job in Geneva and do her WTO stuff, and she can't even do it. Because like I said, the US president has rubbished WTO. They can't even utter a wimp. Because the moment she dares questions Mr. Tinubu's influence of tariffs, if you to another country that was issuing tariffs anyhow to any other country, WTO would have stepped in, say that is against global trade protocols. But WTO, Mr. Okonjo-Iweala, dare not utter a wimp against what Mr. Trump is doing. Because if he does it, there will be consequences. And we have seen it from the international criminal. There will be consequences in the sense that the international criminal court, for instance, tried to go against Mr. Trump's desires, and what has happened? The sanctions are placed, and it's received.
All right.
And for her to now come back and try to celebrate, who? Who are you celebrating? The cost of a flight now, the cost of a flight ticket is, it's incredibly high. Everything has galloped. Inflation is galloping. People are not able to pay their school fees. People are not able to pay their hospital fees. And somebody is trying to tell us that she's applauding Mr. Tinubu's economic policies. Give us a break, man.
All right, Barrister Ezra Eluche, the NLC has issued a 7